Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It's Coffee Ann on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name's Joe Callahan. And we're being joined at the Coffee Ann table right off the bat. There's Rich Elaine from Post 85. Hey, Rich.
Hey.
Nice to have Rich here nice and early this morning. And Dave Richards is floating around here somewhere, Rich. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really got to, you know what I need? I got to get him a watch for Christmas. And keep track of the time. Alrighty. Let's see if he's going to come back in. Oh, he is coming.
Here he is. He's right around. Well, I don't know. Joe told me I had to get out of bed early and come in on a brighten up your day.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you're doing here so early.
Because we like having Rich here early. So
Well, okay. Yeah.
this segment of the Coffee
Melissa's not here.
this segment of the Coffee Ann program.
That's the whole thing.
is-
Melissa's on assignment.
Right. This segment sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Do you have something from the chamber in your email, Dave?
I certainly hope so. Let me open up my email for you, Joe, and we'll
right.
find out. Doobie 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 doo. Inbox,
And it says,
and it says, "Look at that!
what's it say?
It's the list
All right.
from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Networking pop-up at Phantom Farms Brewery was Wednesday.
I'm sure it was delicious.
It's still in my inbox. Holiday open house coming up on December the 3rd. That's a Tuesday. That's a week from next Tuesday.
Yes.
At Bally's Twin River Lincoln Casino. Boy, I'll tell you, that's a big one. That's probably the biggest meeting of the chamber in the whole doggone year. So we're looking forward to that one. And there's all kinds of interesting things that go on there. You can register simply by clicking on the email if you are a member. And if you are not a member, well, then by golly, why not? Is the question we ask you on Friday mornings. And then, of course, the breakfast and stadium tour at the Rhode Island FC is coming up. Now, you have to respond to this by December the 4th. But on Tuesday, December the 10th, that's just a few weeks away, from 8:30 in the morning to 10:30 in the morning, they'll be serving breakfast and giving a tour of the exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of the stadium at Tidewater Landing. Be among the first to see Rhode Island FC's, that's football clubs, Rhode Island FC's new home before the official debut in April of next year. You'll get the story behind the story and the scene behind the scene, and it's all part of being a chamber member. And you get breakfast, too, on top of that.
Nice.
I think it's kind of cool. What a lot of people say is, but I don't like soccer. What you don't get, folks, and you do get if you've been paying attention to the things I've been paying attention to, the stadium is going to be used for much more than soccer. Okay, they've got an anchor team to be there. That's fine. Concerts, events, all these things, all going to be at Tidewater Landing. And they're even putting in a bridge across the Blackstone River, which is right next to it, because it's right on the riverbank, so that you have parking on the other side, parking on this side. You can walk over on those summer nights when you're watching a game there. It's going to be quite the nice thing. So, and they're linking up all the different portions of Pawtucket together with this as a central figure. You're going to like it, and your behind-the-scenes look will be a Tuesday, December 10th, courtesy of your Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, 334-1000.
Very good, Dave. Thank you very much. All right, first thing I wanted to bring up, because we haven't brought it up on the Coffee Ann program, and we're running out of time, so I want to bring it up today. This is
hurry up, talk fast.
Okay. Keith Method over at Inferno Audio is having a fundraiser for his younger brother, Corey, who has recently been diagnosed with colon, lung, and liver cancer, and they're having a fundraiser for Corey on this coming Sunday, November 24th, at the Sales Hill Rod and Gun Club, a 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. spaghetti dinner. And what Keith is looking for is any businesses or people that want to donate gift cards. So the gift cards can be raffled off at the spaghetti dinner, all to raise funds for Corey's medical expenses. Just drop the gift cards off at Inferno Audio at 160 Clinton Street. They're on the corner of Worrell Street and Woonsocket, right across the street from the KFC. Just ask for Keith and pass it along to him, and he'll be very appreciative. You can always give Keith a call as well at 401-226-3725, but stopping into Inferno Audio would probably be the best thing to do, and just pass along the gift card that they can use to raffle off this coming Sunday at the spaghetti dinner for his brother. All right, so that's the latest with that. So, other things going on. Bruins won last night.
Oh.
Got to be happy. Well, you got to be happy.
Well,
with the
I'm
win.
happy for that. Yep.
New coach. So, and he gets his. Not that he's not. He's a new coach of the Bruins, but he has coached before.
Yeah, he coached up in Colorado, I believe,
Yes.
for a few seasons, and he's been in the city. You know, I was shocked. He's been in the
He's a
Bruins
local
system.
guy, too. He's from New England.
He is
Yeah,
from
just
New
like-
England.
yeah, he's,
Massachusetts, I thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
11 years he's been with the club.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would
That's a
have
long
been that
time.
long, but he
Yeah.
has been with the club for 11 years.
He was in the right
you know,
place
so.
at the right time because Mr. Montgomery left.
Well, not on his own accord.
Well, I know.
But that's what they do.
There was
You
some
gotta-
disagreement about it, but Mr. Montgomery left, and you can't argue with that part.
But and then you look for an assistant to be the interim, and before they decide what to do to make them the permanent.
They are from what
He
I
has more
heard.
hair than the other guy.
Yes.
So you saw an immediate difference.
What I heard last night is that they're in no rush this season to pick a permanent coach.
Well, there's no reason
So
to.
they're probably going to let
with this
Sacco
guy.
go, for the
rest
season.
of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
That's
think
fine.
they have the players to make the difference if you put a new coach in.
They have
That's my
the
particular-
they have the players wake up.
Uh,
Wake
well,
up.
No, well,
They got to wake
it,
up.
it doesn't. Well, listen, Rich. I mean, if you've got a player and they're not playing the way you want them to play because they don't feel like playing the way you want to play, you've got the wrong player. That's the way I was going with that thing. They've got the wrong players. They've got able players, but they don't have the players who are going to do what they're told. Although last night I thought I saw a glimmer of hope for the season, inasmuch as, according to the sports reports, and I don't know how much of it's true, but they leak all this information out there. According to what I'd heard, is that they really stunk, the Bruins players as a team, really stunk in the penalty kill and the power play and stuff like that. And the word that I got back through the sports dudes was that the new coach, Rocco over here,
Sacco.
Sacco, close enough.
He's the manager of the
He
Twins.
won't be around for long. But managers come, managers go. You have to understand this about sports, Joe. So anyway,
Yeah, like I don't.
yeah, its first name is Rocco, isn't it?
It's Joe.
Rocco Sacco.
Rocco Jesus.
Nice try.
Okay. As I was saying, the new coach drilled them mercilessly on techniques in penalty kill and power play.
Yeah.
And with that, I saw a difference because that's the only time they scored last night.
Well,
The rest of the time they still
the
rotted.
Utah goaltender was hot. I mean,
He
he
was.
made
He
some.
was.
I know, but you
unbelievable
won
saves.
against them.
But
He was
still, I
hot.
mean, here's bottom line. I believe they had 7 power plays, the Bruins, last night.
Yeah.
7 power plays.
Well, they are the
and
most,
scored one goal.
so the Bruins-
So you're under. You're
So the
15%
Bruins, you're
on
saying
your
the
power
Bruins
plays
didn't
still?
win, Utah lost.
You
Because
got
they gave up all those power
I've
plays.
been watching. Give me back the days of Bobby Orr and Phyllis Esposito.
When when
Terry O'Reilly, yeah.
when I tuned in, they had like a third more shots on goal than the
They
Utah team did.
And that was
I
drilled
said to
in, too.
myself, now that's how you could win.
Well, yes, but you're still not doing what you're supposed to do, and that's put the damn puck in the net.
Exactly.
You're still not
you
doing it.
can't put the
They're
puck
not
in the
doing
net
it
if you
5
don't
on
take a shot.
5. They're not doing it 5 on 5. There's not going to be many nights you're going to face a team that's going to give you 7 power plays.
That's right.
Good point.
You're lucky if you get 2.
That's right.
But they improved on the power play
Well, I guess you can say that because they scored.
because they scored.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So we'll see what happens on Saturday.
We'll see. We'll see what happens on Saturday.
The
Absolutely.
Bruins kind of like the Red Sox as far as their prospects for the season. I see.
Oh, this year? Yeah, not so great.
Not so
The-
good. Kind of
speak-
like maybe the
a little
Patriots.
bit on the red side, just real quick on the red side. The guy they're looking at, Soto.
Juan Soto
Yan-
from the Yankees, yeah.
Did you see?
Oh, he's
you know what?
legendary,
Every
isn't he?
time, and Dad, I love you. God rest your soul. But I am so angry at you for not making me a pro ball player when I was a kid. This this guy is going to sign a contract for over $600 million.
Yes.
Well, he's legendary.
That's a lot of legend. He's only
If he-
25
if he-
years old.
if
He
he
ain't a
does-
legend yet.
He's not
But if he
legendary,
doesn't
Dave.
work for the Red Sox and I know him, he's got to be a legend. Because I don't pay that
600
much attention.
$600 million.
Well, he can hit a baseball pretty good.
That's a lot of money.
That's
I
a lot
don't
of
care what anybody says.
You didn't play little league baseball?
I
growing up?
did, but my
didn't
claim
stick with
my
it.
claim to fame is I was in the same league as a former catcher for the Red Sox, Richie Gedman.
Oh, you played with him?
Yeah,
All right.
so I mean, myself, my cousins, and all that.
Oh,
so
cool.
What is it? He knew all the right people and you didn't?
yeah, I know Richie.
He had the
Extremely.
talent.
I'll tell you what. You know what was
played
said
for the
about
Paw
him,
Sox.
and
Yeah.
people that are baseball fans out there. When I say this, you're going to say, "Yeah, right," but it is true. Ted Williams said about Richie Gedman, if he does not get into the Hall of Fame, it's his own fault.
Oh, okay.
And that came out of Ted Williams.
Yeah.
So I mean, Richie was a very, very. I saw him hit a home run at Fenway Park, a line drive into the right field bullpen. I don't think it left 30 feet off of the ground.
Yeah.
Just
Nice line drive. Nice straight
Yeah.
line
Rope,
drive.
yes.
a rope, yeah.
oh yeah.
Just a little bit, keeping it on sports. Yesterday, they announced Major League Baseball announced the MVPs. Yesterday, no surprise, Shohei Ohtani got it from the Dodgers, and Judge got it from the Yankees.
No.
And they were both unanimous choices.
That
voting.
That
unanimous voting.
Otani pulled something really cool too with his contract. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah,
There's a
it's
California law that
it's about taxes.
yeah, he's only taken out of that
Only.
huge contract. He's only taken like $1 million a year.
Yeah.
So
But
he
it's
could
all-
defer the taxes.
It's all waiting for him.
Now the California legislature takes a look and goes, "Wait a minute, we're
We're
losing
losing
out on
money."
all this tax money. What the heck's going?" They actually want to change the law
Yeah.
so players can't defer a big contract like that.
Well,
That's how much
quick, close the door. The horses escaped.
Yeah, we want our money.
That's right. So, and you might have heard, Dave. So they in the World Series. Oh, who hit? Freddie Freeman hit first Grand Slam walk-off home run ever. And now the ball. Now the person that has the
Came
ball.
down like right field pavilion
Yeah.
or something like that. Kid guy.
They're thinking it's going to go for $1 million
Yeah.
at auction. Yeah, a 10-year-old got it and then gave it right to his dad.
Yeah, sure.
Here, keep this for good
Good kid.
safekeeping. So,
I would have, I mean, yeah, hindsight being 2020, I would have said, "Where's Freddie? I got to give him this ball back."
Some people think that way, and others don't.
It's not worth it to me. I don't know. Inside, it belongs to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that did it.
No, the Dodgers would have turned around and said, "Here's, well, they did this with Shohei Ohtani's 50-50 ball. We'll give you like $300,000 if you give it to us." And they said no, and of course it went for $4.6 million. So they made out on that
Yeah, they
deal.
made out some
So
money.
maybe they'll make out on this deal as well.
Well, guys, in 25 hours, we have a real sports show coming on the air at 9 o'clock. Oh, sorry, they're preempted tomorrow, aren't they?
The sports show, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say
the
we're
cheap
doing.
seats. Yeah.
Oh, is that why we're doing all the sports now?
Well, I guess.
We're gonna
Well, it's just that it comes
15
out.
minutes on sports and a commercial. My goodness,
we probably had people like
People
shutting the
wanna
radio
hear
off.
death and destruction and
Oh, they
stuff
wanna
like
hear that?
Oh yeah, they want to hear all about that good stuff.
Before we get to death and
Joe.
before we get to death and destruction, Dave.
Okay.
Today's the Great American Smokeout. The annual intervention event created by the American Cancer Society is recognized on the third Thursday of November because the fourth Thursday is taken. Thanksgiving.
Well, there you go.
And it's the day that smokers are challenged to give up cigarettes for 24 hours. It's tough.
Most of us have.
Nicotine's a tough thing to kick.
Oh, it is, yeah.
According to the CDC, over 49 million people in 2022 reported current tobacco product use. So that's a lot of people. So if you've been trying to saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to quit,"
Yeah.
try today. So there you
But
go.
like 75% of America smoked at one time back in our grandparents' day.
Yeah, so it's down.
So it's really down. That's good. I mean, you got 350 million. I forgot what the latest figure is for the population of the country, and you only have 50 million that is smoking.
Yeah.
I would say we've made some progress. Go
I
get
quit.
'em.
I quit when I was 14
Yeah.
years old.
When did
yeah,
you
I quit
start?
when I was. When I was
12?
14 years old.
Oh, okay.
And my parents
You want to
both.
buy a hockey stick instead of a pack of
my
bullets.
my parents both smoked,
Yeah.
And I remember sitting at I said, well, I'm sitting at the supper table, and after, of course, we eat. That's when my dad would light up.
So then you light the cigarette.
So I reached into my top pocket, and I had a cigarette there, and I decided to light mine up. And
In front of your parents?
my father looked at me and went,
Give me that.
and I snuffed it out. The ha-ha wasn't like with a smile. It was like,
No.
you're gonna die.
Guess,
You know?
guess what's coming, kid.
Yeah, and that was it.
you
That was
don't-
the first
that was
and
the
last time.
What'd you do with the rest of the cigarettes?
Huh? Gone. Just
your father?
like no. I just threw them.
okay.
I said, "Nah,
you should've
it ain't worth what I'm gonna feel like when my old man gets his hands on."
All right. We're going to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. And so we need a second message, Dave, from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
The telephone number to call is 334-1000. Call immediately after the Coffee and program because they don't pick up the phone before 9.
Thanks, Dave. It's 8:15.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
It's Coffee In on ON. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane from Post 85 here in the city. Dave Richards is here as well. And other things that are going on. People probably use this and they don't even realize where the money's going. It's the people that use Uber or Lyft down at TF Green Airport because it's convenient. Bring me there, take me home kind of thing. And now money, it's going to be more money. And I didn't realize this till Dave pointed out like a year or so ago. Just to drive onto the TF Green property, Uber's going to pay the airport $2.50 every time they drive on.
Okay.
The airport
Same thing
has
with
just
Lyft.
this, right. The airport
Taxis
just said,
have
you
been
know
always
what,
charged.
we're going to charge you now $3.50.
Ah,
And guess who?
The little white car that I used to own, that little white XB.
Yeah.
It had a combination plate on it because rightfully I was using it was my personal vehicle, but I used it for the business as well, and it had the call letters on it and stuff like that. So rightfully under Rhode Island law, I had a combination plate, COMB combination. It's a combination use. And so when I dropped off a friend at Logan Airport, I got charged the commercial rate to leave the property.
Wow. Because
I'm saying, what?
Plates.
Yeah, $25, please. To leave the property?
Yeah.
Yeah. 25. What? Well, you got a commercial registration. I said, no, it's a combination. Close enough. We're not lifting the gate until you give us $25.
Yeah.
And so Rhode Island does the same deal here for all of the business vehicles that are coming and going. If you run a livery service,
Yep.
even though you might be using your personal vehicle to do it, you're running a livery service, and they're talking about the use. So they charge you extra for that, but aren't we proud that Rhode Island is now charging $1 more than Boston or Hartford airports?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
You would
yeah.
think Logan would
We
be the
are
highest.
proud. We
Yeah.
are so proud. So listen, Lyft drivers, Uber drivers, all you got to do, tell your fare. You want to save $1? I'll leave
I'll
you
meet you
off at the
outside.
train station. No, we'll go to the train station.
And walk?
I'll drop you off at the train depot, which is right across a covered walkway
Okay.
to the airport, but you're not on airport property. And so I can leave you off there and pick you up there, and all you got to do is just walk along that covered walkway, and you're in the airport, and you save $1 each time.
Well, no, you save $3.50.
No, well, actually, yes, you're right
Yeah.
about that. No, you're right about that. But you'll save the money
Yeah.
altogether. I guess with a pickup and a deposit,
Oh,
it would
okay.
be
$7.
$7.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you'll save yourself $7 if you want to walk the extra few
You get a
100
little-
feet
you
to
get a little exercise.
yeah. In Rhode Island, you have that opportunity. In Massachusetts, you don't because
Yeah.
Logan is on an island. So what are you going to do?
I remember back in the day, I had actually.
I'll leave you at the Prue and you can walk.
That's right.
I had actually. I drove one of those limo services, and
All right.
I'm not going to say where or who they are or anything, because they'll probably come back and ask me to give them the money back. But what I do is that I'd see, like, when you went there, you weren't supposed to pick people up that were saying, I'm going to Worcester, I'm going to
Okay.
Grafton, I'm going here, I'm going there. That people would hold signs up. So what I do,
Oh.
of course, a lot of these places would
It's got
like
a book. If you're doing livery, you got a book. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're a taxi.
Yeah. So I'd pick the person up, and then if I saw somebody else, I'd look at them and I'd go, well, where are you going, like in Worcester? And they'd say, well, here. And if it wasn't off of the route for my pickup,
Yeah. I'll take you.
I'll take you.
I'm going
so,
that way.
like, I could, how
Illegal,
much?
illegal.
$20.
There
Illegal.
you go.
That was many, many, many years ago. I think the statute of limitations has gone by. Thank you very
I
much.
hope so for your sake.
But yeah, that's God. Yeah, that was back in the day when they didn't do any of that. You get to go on the
Right.
property in and out. You could just drive in and out, and they weren't collecting fees like that or anything way back then.
So, okay, well, that's just the latest. That your Uber and Lyft rides from Green Airport are going to cost $1 more,
Yeah,
and just because.
anything to take $1 out of somebody's pocket.
Oh,
I guess,
sure.
huh?
What always amazed me about Uber and Lyft is like, oh yeah, I want to go from here to here, and they say, okay, well, what size car do you want? All right, let's go with this car, and okay, this is the price, and you're like, okay, but then it's not really the price because then they tack on a convenience charge of setting up the appointment to come get you.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, when did this take? Why don't you just tell me what the final price is going to be? and I'll decide from there whether or
There you
not I
go.
want that. So, anyway, that's just the way. But it is Uber and Lyft is they are terribly convenient, and so that's why they're doing so well. Alrighty, and the best part about it is you know they never get robbed because they don't have any money.
Yep.
So you never give them any money, and not even tips. You don't even give them money. So that works out well. Stop and Shop is still having an issue getting product into the store from that cyber attack they had of scheduling their trucks to deliver food. And what with Thanksgiving coming up next week, and some poultry has not arrived.
Uh-oh.
They'll be like, they could lose out on some decent sales if the turkeys don't arrive in
They
time.
have been losing out on decent sales now for
Well, that's just
ever
you.
since the strike.
That's because you don't like them. So,
Oh, I'm not the only one. Look at the parking lot. Thank goodness. We live
less
nearby,
cars.
so I see it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but you don't
They're-
have to pay 10 cents a bag anymore.
No, they just closed on a couple of
They did everything
Stop
they
and Shops too, right?
They did everything they could to scare shoppers away with a stick after that strike was over, and I can only imagine the strike happened because of the policies of the ownership, which is an offshore firm, shall we say, not in this country, but they just think they can make themselves unappetizing and get away with it. And this is my personal opinion and my experience as a shopper, and I find it hard to cry for their problems now because they are mostly self-inflicted.
Well, I don't know who attacked them. Cyber attacked them with their
I don't know
deliveries.
about that. I don't know
that's gonna
about
hurt.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they screwed up their computers so bad. And of course, being an offshore company, they run everything by the computers by remote control from
Yeah.
that foreign country. And so when your computers aren't working, nothing's working. And if you didn't allow your staff here on this continent to make the decisions, now they are not trained to making their decisions. And it's just going to be turmoil.
Yep. So okay. So just something to be aware of in case you were waiting for the last minute. To
However,
pick
I
up
wish that they
stuff.
learned their lessons and they do something nice. They already seem to be doing it. They're not charging you for the paper bags. They've dropped the prices, which were terrible. I still have a big problem with the whole concept of the loyalty reward system. If you can sell me 2 pounds of grapes for $2.69 and you're going to charge me $3.09 if I don't show you a little club card, I got a problem with that.
Well, I'm part of the group, and we use
You
it
flash your
because
card
all the time, and
just to get a reasonable price.
to get a
You're
to get a-
supposed to be
to
get
get
a
reasonable
lower price.
No, I do it because you get a reasonable price on the food. Plus, I keep adding on so I can get gasoline from Stop and
Oh,
Shop
yeah.
at a you look at that. What's gas at? $2.84 now.
Yeah, right around there.
If I can drop it down like $1, I'm happy with that. And so that's
see
usually
your
what I
point.
wait for. So
I see your
that's why
point.
I use that.
They got a
that-
gas
that
station
one.
over here. I've never used it.
Yeah, I mean you can use
I
it
used to buy
without
furniture there.
You
That was
can
Carrier's Furniture.
you can use it without the card, but if you use the card, and it knows, you scan your card, and then next thing you'll see it. Oh,
I
geez,
get
look
it.
at
Well,
the price per gallon has really
a
dropped.
lot of companies do that.
Yeah.
I find it hard to cry for a company that I had really severe problems with, and but I wish for them the best.
All right. When Dave did the story this morning, I thought he was talking about the guy that was driving the truck that was involved in that motorcycle crash up in New Hampshire that killed 7 motorcycle riders.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he wasn't. You're talking about the owner of the company. I'm like, well, why is the owner of the company in trouble? He wasn't driving the truck, and now he's going to prison.
Because he lied to the cops.
2 years in federal prison because he pled guilty, lying to investigators,
Right.
and falsifying logs to evade federal regulations.
Well,
this is big.
They caught him gaming the swindle sheets,
Yeah,
Ooh.
which I mean, back in the day,
they're supposed to ensure
was
safety of the
common
drivers.
practice.
And
Back
now
in the
it's
day,
not.
it was common
Yeah.
practice, but now they got all the electronic means to catch you at it.
So were they basically saying that he was over his hours of
Basically, yeah.
driving?
You've driven so many hours in
Yeah,
a day, and now
okay.
you're over it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now he's falsifying that. Oh no, he's
Right.
really
oh
only
no,
driving
we took
6.
a rest. We
Yeah,
rested
yeah.
for 8 hours. Yeah, absolutely.
and he was caught at it.
Hey,
So okay, so now this is the company's called Westfield Transport, and now that person is going to prison for 2 years, doing bad stuff.
there you go.
Can't be falsifying the records. That's not
Well, you
good.
can't be lying to the feds.
They think
You get caught. I mean, you get caught red-handed doing
you're
that.
gonna get away with
You're
it.
pretty much done.
It's a felony to lie to a worker that has a federal ID in the course of their work. That's a felony already in this country.
Yep.
And anybody who lies to a police officer or any sworn law enforcement personnel deserves what they get, because that's a crime as well. Depending on the state you're in, it's a state crime instead of a federal crime, so it might be a different penalty no matter where you go, but you're asking for trouble when you do that stuff. I mean, stand up like a man or woman and face the music. If you did something wrong, take the punishment and move on.
Or did you see the
The
thing?
death
On,
penalty is not being used for falsifying swindle sheets.
did you see the thing on Jesse Smollett too? The way that's all turned around.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. First of all, you know what I don't understand? The 2 guys that he, I imagine you have to say now, allegedly hired to perform the act. Mm-hmm. They're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
They're doing all these interviews and stuff like that. How do you prof women? You just did something illegal. I'm maybe I'm just missing the boat on this, but I don't understand how the 2 guys that perpetrated the act are actually profiting off of it now. I don't get that part of it.
Well, I know how it's done, and it's wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's wrong, and they know it's wrong.
yeah.
In case you were wondering, actor Jussie Smollett's conviction for arranging a hate crime hoax is being overturned by the Illinois
Does
Supreme
everybody
Court.
remember the incident we're talking about?
Yeah. Smollett was found guilty of disorderly conduct and sentenced to 150 days in prison, but was released after serving 6 days while he appealed the conviction. The actor had alleged attackers yell racist and homophobic slurs at him before putting a noose around his neck in Chicago. Illinois' highest court ruled Thursday that the trial violated Smollett's Fifth Amendment protections against double jeopardy after a state attorney agreed to drop the original charges. So it's a technicality.
Yeah, well, I
what
mean,
it is.
you can't. It is double jeopardy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no lawyer, but it definitely is double jeopardy. But like I said, the problem is that the two guys that perpetrated the act are on all these shows now,
Well-
and they're like being highlighted and everything like that. They're probably getting paid big bucks. You know, you're part of it. How do you get paid
but were they-
for being dishonest?
But did Jussie come to them and say, "Hey, I want to stage this.
Yes,
and I want
yes.
you to." But
That's what they're saying.
But I want you to be an actor, and we're going to film this thing. So basically, I'm hiring you to be an actor. And did they just go, okay, it's a role?
Yeah, they
be
said
the bad
Jesse. It was important.
Okay.
I saw the interview this morning. They said it's important. Jesse said it was important that he looked like he was fighting back.
Yeah.
He was defending himself against us. He said that was an important part of it. So they were actually, it was a whole stage
It was all,
scene.
okay, but that's not illegal, though, Rich.
Yeah, but. Well,
But,
yeah,
filing of the false police report is.
But that's Jussie, not these two guys.
Right.
Well, if they're perpetrating the act and they get caught, that they were part of it. They knew what Jesse was going to do.
Well, right, but okay.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I don't know how the law worked for that, but to me, they're just as culpable.
Okay. We got to take a break here in the Coffee and program, and more coming your way. Time for the weather forecast, brought to you by Ready Whip.
An 80% chance of another quarter-inch of rain today, mainly in the afternoon, high of 51, south winds gusting over 25 miles per hour. Tonight, an 80% chance of another quarter to a half an inch of rain, patchy fog, overnight low of 36, east winds becoming northwest after midnight. Saturday's weather, a 50% chance of more rain, patchy fog, otherwise mostly cloudy all day with a high of 47, gusty winds over 35 miles per hour from the northwest. Sunday, sunshine and 51. Monday, mostly sunny and 54. Tuesday, there's a 40% chance of some rain, mainly in the early part of the day, partial sunshine later with a high of 56. Wednesday, sunshine and 47, and on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, mostly sunny skies predicted with a high of 42.
All right, outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street under... Wow, we get sunny skies. Partly cloudy skies with the sun poking through with 43 degrees.
And now this message from Ready Whip. Topping off a dessert or swirling it onto hot cocoa, Ready Whip is here to whip up some holiday cheer. Ready Whip is made with real cream, so pick up a can or two or a whole case real soon. Ready Whip.
They say in business you don't last very long if you don't know what you're doing. And if that's the case, we must know a thing or two at the Carew Investment Group because we've been in the business since 1987, helping people just like you with their investments. At the Carew Investment Group, we employ a conservative approach to client portfolios by using only the best quality companies available, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We look for opportunities that we expect to go up in value not every day, but over time. And we take our responsibility seriously and always place our clients first in any investment decision. If you'd like to know more or would like a free portfolio review of your current holdings, you can call Paul or Ed at 765-8880. Our office is located at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. And we'd love to meet you and see if we can help you with your investing journey. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Wow! Can you believe Gators Pub is celebrating its 35th year in business? Maybe the key to Gators' success is our super friendly staff. Or maybe the fact that the chefs at Gators are constantly making some of the freshest and most delicious dishes around. If you've never been, come on down and check out our great lunch specials from Monday through Thursday. They also offer complimentary soup during lunch. Watch the Boston Red Sox on one of our many TVs while enjoying classic apps like fresh potato skins or our famous pita chips. Come watch a volleyball game and have a burger or one of our newest cocktail creations. Gators is located on Route 102 in North Smithfield, about 1 mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Come say hello.
It's Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here, along with Rich Lane and Dave Richards. And this portion of the Coffee In program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. Well, I have in my hand here the Cumberland and Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze newspaper for this week, and I'll just tell you some of the stories here. But before I do, Ethan Shore's taken a great little picture over here at the Eggs Up restaurant in Cumberland, and a nice little story about it over there, too. Sophia Barr has a story about Nicole Lanny, a Lincoln High School teacher, is actually an assistant principal, has been named the assistant principal of the year for 2025.
Terrific.
Well, what do you know about that? Also, Ethan Shorey says the neighborhood residents are slamming a proposal for condos off Route 295. It's a different story than the one you read that had the same headline in the O's in the 90s and the 80s. But they've been griping about 295 condos for a long, long time over there in Cumberland. I'm holding up now the North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition of the Valley Breeze newspaper. And it says right here, Ethan Shorey has a story with the Polar Express arriving. Well, it arrived on November 8th, as a matter of fact, and we have more train trips this afternoon and again over the weekend. Of course, if you listen to our coverage of the Woonsocket City Council meeting last Monday night, you heard the discussion, I'll just say polite, the discussion about why on earth are we bringing all these tens of thousands of people in to do Polar Express and showing them the Hospital Trust building with graffiti on it. I thought they agreed to take the graffiti off.
Hasn't happened yet.
And it hasn't happened yet. So they got an update on that. Now, it's bad enough the Longley building is in pieces and with
well, they're
gaping
working on
holes
it,
and
yeah.
stuff like that right across from the train depot. But one could reason that, hey, they're finally fixing that thing up with all the broken windows.
Yes.
So that's a little positive. But believe me, Hospital Trust is not. And I heard the discussion, and they're discussing all legal means to compel this owner to do something that's obviously an improvement. Then there's a nice little human interest story here about one of the businesses in the area you don't hear much about. Corey Plant writes for North Smithfield about the Ski Shop Plus, right there on the highway.
I feel so bad for them.
I know they got all this
They're right
construction
in the middle
Yep.
of all of
the
this.
construction. But you know they're persevering. But they're a group that are quite in tune with adversity because they have the winters with little snow and then the winters with lots of snow, but it's somewhere else and that sort of thing like that. Read the story in the Valley Breeze this week, and Corey also has a great story, which I thought was a fantastic idea about the 3 new council members that the Woonsocket City Council are getting, and talks to each one of them, Sharon Harmon, Mike Dubois, and Christina Fox, about what their plans are when they sit at the dais there and they're sworn in as city councilors in Woonsocket. Well, that's the news stories, but here's the big news, folks. Inside every Valley Breeze this week, the holiday gift guide.
Oh, it's Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Full color, glossy, with a gorgeous Christmas tree with the pictures, and it says, from your friends at the Valley Breeze, inside, ad upon ad upon ad, and this is full color glossy. It reminded me when I saw it of our Blackstone Valley, Best of the Blackstone Valley magazine, because it's that kind of quality and enormous. Look, QR codes for some of their sponsors printed right there. I won't mention any of the sponsors because I have a problem. You're going to slight somebody. Pick it up and you'll find it. Of course, there's also the Kick and Brass Band picture in there as well. Some nice stories about Christmas in the Valley. A big, beautiful ad from the staff as well. How many pages are there? 88 pages.
All right. Nice.
It's tick like this, as we say in Woonsocket, okay? The Holiday Gift Guide, absolutely free in every copy of the Valley Breeze this week only. Pick it up right away.
All right, Dave, thanks. And Rich, before we get to the what's going on with the Post, we got a message that was called in, 766-1240, and they just say, this is the whole Jesse Smollett situation. Say you can't yell fire in a crowded movie house, and that's what Smollett did in that situation.
Yes.
So basically, yeah.
Yeah.
He started the fire and then and then yelled fire.
Yep.
kind of
Well,
thing.
he got a sweetheart deal from the DA there, so
Yeah.
you know that's the way it goes. You know.
All right. So American Legion Post 85. Let's get an update of what's going on over there.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. over at the American Legion Post 85 over there on 870 River Street. We have Charlie Rock coming in with his acoustic guitar. Charlie's a local guy, and if you've never sat down and listened to Charlie Rock, he is very, very good. Sits there with the acoustic and does some, like, 60s, 70s, and 80s type of music, so like Jim Croce stuff, basically that type of acoustic. So, come on over to American Legion Post 85 tonight from 6 to 9. Sit down, enjoy a beverage, and listen to a little bit of Charlie Rock. Now, what's going on next week? Pretty busy week over at the Post. I'll do a little preface before getting into the November 30th thing, but on Tuesday, the commander and I are going to go down to, and I finally pronounced it right, Joe, the Tzu Chi Buddhist.
Oh, okay. We don't say
Buddhist Foundation.
You don't say the T, right?
No, I don't say it. The Tzu Chi Buddhist Foundation in Upper Newton Falls. They used to be in this area, but they're up in Upper Newton. I shouldn't say up in Upper Newton Falls, but that's where they are now, just outside of Boston. So they are the ones that usually donate our kids' coats.
Okay.
And they're going to do it again this year for our coat donation drive. So myself and the commander, we'll be heading down there on Tuesday to pick up the kids' coats. And then on Saturday, November the 30th, is when we're going to do our annual coat drive over the American Legion posts. And that's going to be from 11 to 2 p.m., Saturday, November 30th, Saturday right after Thanksgiving. And it's a coat giveaway. We're going to have adults' coats. We're going to have kids' coats. And it's not just for veterans. It's for veterans and the community. And I was at the Post about a week and a half ago when they delivered the adult coats, and it was supposed to be 2 pallets and 150 coats. It was more like 6 pallets and 1,000 coats.
Wow, that's great.
Well, that's great, but people show up.
Oh yeah, we got coats.
Yeah. Well, we got so many coats to give away. It's unbelievable. And when you come down and get your coat, no questions asked. Mm-hmm. If you need a coat, come on down. It's that simple. So once again, that's Saturday, November 30th from 11 to 2 p.m. And we'll have all the coats. Like, you ain't going to have to search through boxes and everything. We put it together so that we got areas where we have the women's coats in certain sizes, the men's coats in certain sizes, the kids' coats in certain sizes. And you just walk in the door, you let us know what you're looking for. We'll lead you right over to that table and we'll help you out. So, feel free to come by. A very friendly atmosphere, and we'll be more than happy to outfit you with and these are brand new coats, by the way. Mm-hmm. These aren't used. So, and then of course, like we've done every year for God knows how many years, our Thanksgiving Day meal. This is a free meal that we offer for Thanksgiving. So if you're out there, whether you're a veteran or a member of the local community, and if you have, if you're saying to yourself, gee, I don't know what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving, and you have no place to go or anything, well, you come down the American Legion Post 85 at 870 River Street, right around noontime, 12:30, we're going to start to serve, and you will be given a Thanksgiving meal free of charge. And we have everything from the nuts at the beginning to the pumpkin pie or squash pie at the end, and everything in between that you'd want for a Thanksgiving meal. So, like I said, feel free to come down and enjoy a Thanksgiving meal, and people are going to be, welcome you in with open arms.
All right.
So that's pretty much what's going on at the Post.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the update, Rich. That's good information right there. I don't know if you're following this case, Rich, out of New York City. I remember the man that put the other guy in the chokehold on the subway.
Yeah.
A few years ago.
Yeah, Penny.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's a former Marine.
Yes, I do know
that. The defense in Daniel Penny's subway death trial says that Jordan Neely did not die from the chokehold.
In fact, I think today's trial, they got a medical examiner from Illinois
to come in and testify?
Coming in to testify on that. He's done over 900 autopsies.
Okay.
And he's going to come in and testify that there was not only, it wasn't a chokehold alone, there was a mixture of some drugs and
That's right.
schizophrenia. And,
A forensic pathologist hired by the defense testified yesterday, on Thursday, that Neely died from the combined effects of synthetic marijuana, schizophrenia, and other factors. Penny, a Marine veteran, is being charged with manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide after he choked Neely on a New York subway in 2023. There was a reason he did this. Neely was harassing
Yes.
people, and he put him down. The defense, however, is trying to refute testimony from the New York City medical examiner that Neely died from the 6-minute chokehold Penny placed him in. So they're not they don't agree with the pathologist, and we'll see what the medical examiner from that flies in today testifies against that. See-
I
see
didn't
if they
mean
can
to
refute
steal
it.
your. See, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there, Joe. But it goes to show you, I'm actually prepping before coming in. On
You're up on the news. I appreciate that, Rich. That's good. That's good stuff. All right. So that trial moves along. So it's the big weekend. I guess it's this weekend. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to do this with your. I don't know if your granddaughters are into this kind of thing, Rich. But AMC Theaters is playfully reminding moviegoers to leave the singing to the stars of the movie Wicked this weekend. They don't want people singing in the crowd.
Oh, for
let
crying
them
out loud.
sing from the
We'll
screen.
throw you out if you sing with the songs or act it out, or do any of the Rocky Horror Picture Show things that people have been doing on that movie for
40 years.
40 plus years. Yeah.
A playfully themed warning will be shown before the screenings of the Broadway musical adaptation with a voiceover saying, "No talking, no texting, no singing, no wailing,
Right.
no flirting."
Yep.
I guess, being funny. Okay. Some fans have taken to social media with stories of others in their theaters singing along at loud volumes during the movie. I don't even know any songs from this movie.
I'd take about 30 people with me, and I'd say, man, we're just going to belt out the chorus. We're going to open our shopping bags. We're going to eat our own popcorn. We're going to.
Nah, you can't do that. But
Let me ask you something about going to a movie theater like that now, right? Seriously. Let's say I don't have a vehicle, and I just go to a supermarket next door, and I do my shopping. I'm not allowed to walk into a movie theater with my shopping bag and go see a movie.
Oh, no.
well,
They don't want
See what
you
I'm
to.
saying? I know they don't want you, but what's this
they
country
have the
coming
right
to?
to inspect your bags because
Yeah.
it's a private edifice. Yeah,
No,
they
no
could-
food or drinks.
they could
No
make it,
outside
yeah.
food or drinks allowed.
Yeah. Of course, they do have to post that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get that. Well, it's like this. It's just more of the intolerance of the 21st century 20s. It's just intolerance. And listen, I'm paying money to go to a theater. I don't want people.
But-
hey, it's like this. I used to go to the Stadium Theater before my work schedule changed, so I couldn't see them anymore. They have every year. They have a wonderful act called 1964, the tribute, and it's always in January, second
To
or
the
third.
Beatles.
Yeah. Of the Beatles. The Beatles before they started taking the drugs.
Yeah.
And I love the harmonies and I love all that stuff, and I sing along with the stuff. And I just wanted to sing, so I used to buy tickets for friends of mine who would sit next to me who didn't care that I sang at the top of my voice along with the band.
That's different. But people sing at concerts.
But I bought the seats around me and gave them to friends who didn't care, so I wouldn't be bothering patrons.
I was in the Marine Corps when the Battle of Midway came
All right.
out. And
The movie, right?
Yes, the movie. And yeah, God. Whew.
I didn't get that old, Rich.
I ain't that old. Yeah, but when the movie came out, and we had a Japanese gentleman that was in my squad,
Okay.
and we went to a local costume shop, and we got him a Japanese admiral's outfit.
As a surprise, or did you know he was doing this?
Because we were all going to go into
Okay.
the movie.
And he was fine with this?
And he was fine with this,
Okay,
so
good.
absolutely.
All right.
And I can't tell you how many times, you talk about you can't get up and sing. I can't
Yeah.
tell you how many times he jumped up in that Japanese outfit
And yelled?
and hollered banzai. And the audience
Now
the
that's
audience was in stitches
Oh,
laughing.
that is funny.
Oh God, because we're all there, of course, in our Marine Corps uniforms.
Yeah.
And here's this guy in the Japanese admiral outfit, right in the middle of all of us. And I holler, Banzai! During the it was just like the whole place cracked up.
And that's good because the movie
Yeah.
Midway is not a comedy.
No. We had the whole place in stitches.
Oh, that is
so,
that is hysterical.
Yeah, yeah.
That
we
he would- that he would do
we
that.
did some crazy stuff. We
You,
really
you
did.
want to hear hysterical?
Sure.
I just had to leave the studio for a moment to find out the noise that I was hearing.
It's something outside.
It
Truck of
is.
some
It
sort?
is actually a leaf blower.
Oh, is that what that was?
It is raining
Wow.
right now here on Park Avenue,
Okay.
and it's a guy out there in a hoodie with a leaf blower,
Okay.
trying to take the wet leaves
Leaves
and blow them into for a
the street?
landscaping company.
All right, well, all right.
And I said, "That's hilarious."
it's going to be tough to blow the wet leaves, isn't it?
I hope this guy's paid by the hour.
Well, I actually,
Seriously.
I mean, I love the people in you know, I'm from Bellingham myself, but I love the people in Woonsocket, and I love the city council, and the people have done a lot for veterans and everything. But I'm going to tell you what, I saw like some city people out there the other day with leaf blowers with about a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing right back in their face. So I don't know where all the leaves were going, but it just seemed like you know. I don't know.
Yeah, but a few days ago they weren't wet leaves.
That's right.
Yeah, that's correct.
that's what
but
I'm
they were still
saying.
coming right
Difficult.
back at you.
Jeez.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. More is coming your way. This segment of Coffee And's been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
At Menard Locouture Funeral Home, we focus on partnering with you to plan a loving remembrance for those we've lost. At any venue of your choice, whether a church or our home, whatever your preference, whether for burial or cremation, planning a loving remembrance with a personal touch is our mission. Special music, a dove release, even a motorcycle escort, anything that you deem appropriate can be a part of your loving tribute. Menard Locouture Funeral Homes, Woonsocket and Manville.
Christmas in New York City. The St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center is hosting a bus trip to New York City on Saturday, December 14th. We'll get you to New York, and the day is yours. See the sights, visit a museum, see a show, whatever you like. The day is yours. Tickets are $90, and the bus will leave from the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center parking lot at 6 a.m. For more information or to reserve your seats, call 401-486-9380.
It's Coffee and on ONAM and FM. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Rich Lane. And one thing about talk about you go to the supermarket and you can't bring the food into the theater if you're in the store.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing, Dave. Restaurants have now got to put it on their doors: no outside food or drink, because people just think, well, for some reason they think Dunkin' Donuts doesn't count, and they bring that into our restaurant. And the restaurants are like,
the coffee.
no.
Yeah.
You can't. See, we sell the coffee too, so
Yeah.
you can't. And people, I don't get it. What do you mean I can't bring it in? And they're surprised.
That's the attitude of the generation. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
And that's reality for them. As I progress through life, I'm constantly reminding myself that these people don't think there's anything wrong with it because that's just the way that they were raised. And okay, fine.
Okay.
We were raised differently to be a bit more respectful of people who are trying to eke out a living running a business, but that's not the way these folks are. Oh, no, people who run businesses are all rich and they don't care.
I told Don Burnell this story. Same thing about bringing drinks into places of other businesses. And he was just mortified when I told him this. I've actually seen people bring it like a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee into church
Wow.
at the beginning of Mass.
Oh, my.
I'm like, and he's like, "You're kidding?" No, and more than one, because I was like, and it's a full iced coffee.
Well, they might want to share.
Well, maybe they do, but okay, but only with their family. I mean, they're not sharing with everybody.
But you go into these
wow.
places, and I think a lot of it is about the prices. Like a movie theater. I mean, you're paying. You can get these little boxes of candy in the dollar store for $1, and it's $6 at the movie theater.
Well, that's because it's a captive audience. Yeah,
Well, yeah, but you know,
it's
and
the
the reason why,
convenience factor.
oh yeah, the reason why I bring it up though is because like I was at the TD Garden maybe about a month and a half ago, right? Now, I'm going to tell you that they had the pizza there, okay? And I'm not going
Sal's.
to. Okay, we can say the company, good Sal's.
Well, they're up
but
in
you know, it's a
Boston,
big
so-
slice. Don't get me
It
wrong.
is a good size slice.
It's a good size slice, right?
$12.
$14.50.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
A
you only
ju-
get one.
A
Yeah.
jumbo hot dog,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, big,
It's good
good size
size.
hot dog, right? $15.
Yeah.
A 16-ounce
Beer,
IPA, the good beer, right?
$20.
$17.
Ah, close. Well, yeah.
And now here I am. I'm up there with the Bruins Foundation trying to do the 50-50, so money for, good cause for the 50-50 raffle.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why people aren't buying the raffle tickets.
Because all the money's going to the food.
Well, because you're paying $17 for a beer, and my chances of enjoying that beer over winning the 50-50, I think I'm going to enjoy the beer a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you're right. You're
Beer
right.
is a sure thing.
Yeah,
Rich brought up while we were off the air. It's an anniversary today. Today's the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas.
Maybe during the Do You Remember show, they'll put that out and have everybody call in and say,
Where
when
were they?
Where were they
Yeah.
when they learned of the assassination?
I know where I was.
I know where I was,
And I'm
too.
going to surprise you guys when I say this, too. I was inside at school when the nun came flying into the
Yeah.
room because I was 9 years old and the kids were singing "Happy Birthday" to me.
Oh.
And the nun came in and started saying that, and then everybody said I killed Kennedy.
Wow.
Yeah. 9 years old. That's what happens when you
Boy,
die.
that's
you know?
rough.
It's your fault.
The big story here is that it's his birthday today.
That's right.
That's right. That's
Here's
right.
the takeaway
I had
right
to slip
there.
that in right there. You know,
There's the takeaway.
Hey, the big 7-0.
Well, happy birthday. I
big
didn't know that.
The big
Wow.
7-0 today.
I'll be a son of a
Happy
gun.
birthday.
Yep. And my granddaughter walked in because the houses are like
So you
connected.
just turned 9 that day.
Yeah.
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 Did they finish the song?
I was.
though?
Yeah, nah, man, they stopped.
They stopped
that
it.
nun came in,
Jeez,
stopped
it's only
everybody.
4 lines. They
No,
couldn't finish
the nun
it.
come in and like
That's
killed
it.
everything.
We're done.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was still 8. I think it was 3rd grade, was it?
Okay.
Yeah. I know Mrs. Prendergast was there. And we out in Boroville, we didn't have the media you guys had in the big city.
Oh, Worcester.
So what I learned about it when school let out at 3 o'clock, and I was
Oh, you
staying
missed it by
back
a
to
few
help
hours.
the teacher afterwards.
Yeah.
And later on, she would drive me home. But she needed some help, and I was staying after to help. And that's when somebody from the office came in and told her that.
Yeah.
And so I heard at the same time she did.
Yep.
All right. I can't be part of this.
I know.
No, I know.
I wasn't
I'm not
around.
a young, you
I'm a
youngster,
youngster.
you.
That's right. I just remember my parents talking about it. Obviously, of course,
Yeah.
they knew about it. But what mostly shook my mother was she was watching 2 days later when Lee Harvey Oswald was assassinated on live television.
I was watching that on live
and they're like,
television with my dad.
what?
Yeah,
Then
same
it
here,
was
yeah.
like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
And I saw the. It's funny, the CBS feed. I don't know
Yeah.
if they weren't taping it or they never broadcast it afterwards or what. The live CBS feed I saw on Channel 5 was I saw Jack Ruby was left-handed. He came up. You could see the silhouette of the gun in the hand
Yeah.
and the black. Well, because it's all black because it's not in the TV lights.
Yeah.
You know, you could see it come in from the right side of the screen, and then you could see the shots fired.
Yeah.
Right in front of the blessed CBS TV
Yeah.
camera
Yes.
broadcast live. Since then, every shot has not been that shot from that camera.
No.
And I don't know why. But I remember thinking for the split seconds before Oswald was shot, there's a gun in his hand. This is wrong. Something bad's going to happen. And then it did.
And then it did. Okay.
You know, and the thing that you talk about back in that time period too, and I still think probably one of the best newscasters ever, and I'm probably the icon, was Walter Cronkite.
Well, he had the chops for it. That's
He
for sure.
was phenomenal. You see some of the old, and You know, Edward Morrow, another one. You know, all these old timers, they were just so good at what they did. And you take a look at some of the crap going on in the media today, all over, and you go, man, what a comparison!
Kids don't have
huh?
the same examples we had.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. That's
What always
right.
cracks me up though, if you watch like old episodes of All in the Family,
Oh,
Archie would
God.
actually say, "Hang on, I got to watch Commie Cronkite." he didn't like him.
Well, no, because Cronkite was showing film coming back from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was showing things going wrong
Wrong.
out there.
Yep.
That was not complimentary, and that helped form the opinion. But Walter looked at it, and his bosses agreed that
this is what's
if
happening.
you see it, if you document it, if it's sourced properly, you put it on the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just straight out honest. That's what I really loved about him. There was no, you know, he hid nothing. He had absolutely nothing.
But you were in the service as well, so you know that when you're in the service, you see things, you hear things, you experience things that aren't in the media, and there may be a problem with a superior officer who is not having a good day or making good decisions or whatever like that, and it usually just gets buried. In the 1960s, during the Vietnam conflict, Walter Cronkite actually broadcast times when people made the wrong decisions and people died.
Yep.
And that everyone kind of quote unquote knew it was going on, but didn't have specific examples. He put it on national television.
Yep. Yep.
Well, that'll wrap it up for the show for today. We'll leave it on that note right there. So we thank you very much for tuning in. Rich Elaine, thanks for coming in today.
Well, thank you very much. And come on down, like I said, come on down on Thanksgiving, folks. If you got no place to go, we got a full meal for you, and you'll be welcome with open arms.
And a happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you.
All right. Dave, thanks for coming in today as well.
It's a pleasure being here with good friends, and I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. We're going to see you again the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
on Black Friday.
I'll be.
You won't be out shopping?
No, I love coming in here. I really enjoy it.
All right, great.
Well, Joe and I will be here just
Yes.
to be sure you have a place to be.
Okay, and if Melissa's listening out there,
She
probably isn't, but
no.
we miss her.
She's on assignment, and she's not listening to the radio right now.
All right, stay tuned for Do You Remember is coming your way at 9:30 here on ON Radio. Have yourself a great weekend.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
Well, for the first time in over 2 months, you've got no special weather statements and no red flag warnings out there. Rhode Island has been getting